about a new poll this morning finding that the majority of Americans say that the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction, including a whopping 8 in 10 Democrats feeling that way. Even Democrat Congressman Khanna recently writing a New York Times op-ed saying there is way more Biden can do to lower prices for gasoline. Joining me right now is the California Congressman himself. Khanna is a member of the Armed Services Oversight and Agriculture Committees. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much for being here this morning.
Maria, always a pleasure.
I want to talk about the solutions here because I know that you've shown incredible restraint in terms of spending on defense, voting against, sending too much aid across the world, war spending, and yet you are also one of the architects or encouragers of the green climate agenda. Tell me about that, because it seems from businesses' perspective, this is just not working. Are you going to encourage American energy independence to bring down prices?
Yes, in the short term, we have to bring down prices. There are a couple of things we can do. First, we shouldn't be exporting our oil right now. Before 2015, we didn't do that. Why is it that we're supplying the rest of the world when we don't have enough supply here? Short term, I think we have to increase production in the United States. The other thing I've suggested is that the government should have a floor in guaranteeing a purchase price, and that would actually incentivize short-term oil production. So short-term, we need to do everything we can to get the price of gas down.
But the president is not doing that. And even though I know the talking point is that, well, there are leases out there and the industry, the oil industry is not doing enough, oil CEOs and business CEOs tell me that it's really death by 1,000 cuts with all of the executive orders out of this administration. Obviously, the president killed the XL pipeline and federal drilling on federal land. Should he be reversing those things?
Well, you know, those things take years to have an impact. And the oil companies, by their own admission, are making record profits right now, record profits, more than almost any other sector. So the actual things that would matter are if we were to ban them making these profits by selling the oil around the world, if we were to provide, if the government could buy this at the dips, the oil, like Warren Buffett is doing, and sell it back to the American people at a subsidized price, we could tax the windfall profits. You probably don't agree with that, and put $300 back in the pockets of ordinary Americans. So my view is, what can we do to help working families lower prices?
Well, working families are getting stuck with the bill right now. Inflation is at 40-year highs, and 8 in 10 Democrats say that the nation is headed in the wrong direction. Are you one of those?
Well, look, things are not going well right now. I mean, the stock market is down, food prices are up, gas prices are up. That's reality. And the question is, what can we do about it? I believe that the Democratic Party can have a bold vision for the working class by things like I've suggested, ban the exports, make sure that we're returning money to the pockets of people who are having these higher gas bills. The other thing we ought to do is pass finally this Bipartisan Innovation Act. You know, I was talking to the mayor of Newcastle, Indiana. We've got pickup trucks lined up, all fully manufactured, lying in vacant lots because we don't have a semiconductor chip to put in them.
Well, look, the CEO of Intel, Pat Gelsinger, was on this program a couple of weeks ago. He's casting doubt on expanding the semiconductor chip manufacturing in the U.S. if Congress does not approve this funding. You recently met with Gelsinger about that. Will this be approved? Will we start relying on domestic production rather than Taiwan and Korean production?
Maria, it is complete malpractice on both parties if we don't get this bill to the president's desk. We made a colossal mistake by shipping American production offshore for the last 40 years in semiconductors and so many other industries. I don't know why we thought it would be a good idea to let other nations do the production that has hurt our economy. You know, so yes, we need to pass the bill.
Well, you're absolutely right. We should not be relying on all of these foreign production facilities. Congressman, we will be watching the development. We so appreciate your time this morning, Congressman. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.
Ro Khanna joining us this morning. We'll be right back. Stay with us.